Hello everyone, do you recognize it? Triumph Daytona 660. I guess some of you have already seen it during the international presentation a short while ago. Now, here at AM Network, we had the opportunity to have one on test for several days. So at this point, I have taken it on myself. And I will try to analyze it also from points of view such as daily use, the classic home office commute, and why not also for something a little bit more challenging, a little bit more pleasant, as a trip to the lake can be. I will briefly summarize the technical part of this bike. Very simple, an entry-level bike, however, with class. The bike has a classic 3-cylinder engine, 3 cylinders that we have also seen, known and appreciated on the Trident and the Tiger. But in this case, it has been revised in various components. It has 95 horsepower and 69 Newton meter of torque, a very bright engine when you want, but also very docile, very easy when you want to go for a walk, maybe when you move around town. From the chassis point of view, it is very, very simple. In short, we have a fork with no adjustment, a Showa SFF BP with no adjustment, like the single shock absorber, which is also Showa and has only the spring preload adjuster. So very basic. However, from the point of view of ergonomics, the bike has strong appeals on sportiness. And indeed, as had been said and reported, the bike is a small sports bike, small even in size. However, the habitability is not bad. I am a 6 feet and I'm fine with it. Maybe for those who pass the meter 80 here, could be this feeling of having a bike a bit compact under himself. Few complaints also with regard to the passenger. The possible passenger, because despite being very compact triangulation with the foot pegs and the well-padded seat put to shelter from blows or from, let's say, the comfort remains on good levels, even taking into account precisely the type of bike. Essential electronics, there are 3 riding modes, a 4-channel ABS, braking system with 310mm discs, very performant. But for this I refer you to the dynamic part of the video. Follow me. I find myself in perfect agreement with what had been said during the official presentation of this bike. Pleasant, sporty enough because it allows you to ride it every day, go to the office, to school, and go for maybe even a nice track day when possible. Because this bike has, yes, a sporty setting, but not extreme. So riding position, triangulation, saddle pedals, handlebars, really very sporty, but not extreme. You do not load your wrists too much, the footrests are not particularly high. In short, a great middle ground both precisely for using the bike every day and for when you maybe go on trails like this, twisty ones where you ride maybe a little bit more upbeat and sporty. The engine in this helps so much because it's really phenomenal how perfectly manageable it is from the point of view of throttle control, of how aggressive it is in the high and mid-range, how it is instead tractable and knows how to pick up even from very low speeds. Now I'll show you, we're in 6th gear, going uphill. I open the throttle wide and the bike resumes without a hesitation. Really a great piece of mechanics. Differences and changes made to the 3-cylinder compared to the one in the Trident can be felt. 80% of the torque is available from as low as 3000 RPM, and you can feel it even precisely by driving uphill in the mountains, as we are doing now. There's the engine always pulled, the 95 horsepower is really healthy, it's all there. We would have appreciated the presence of a quick shifter because, I mean, it's optional though. It's okay, let's just say we're used to it by now. The setup is quite supportive in solo use. On the other hand, when we rode in pairs, it is honestly a little more support to the mono part would be desirable. You have to intervene on the spring preload, because otherwise the response is quite, in short, you feel some bottoms that are not very pleasant. The fork, on the other hand, gives no adjustability, there is no adjustable hydraulics, and the response, however, is much more consistent than the mono. In use, in the city in the heat, even though we have only caught so much water these days, however, on sunny days we have felt a fair amount of heat only on the right foot. Ankle and right foot are cooked to a crisp. While on the left side everything is fine, it's those mysteries of mechanics. The possibility to choose between the 3 different mappings is very convenient. Convenient not so much is the rain map, because this engine has such a response that if you have a minimum of experience, you can also drive in all conditions with the road map. The riding mode, instead Sport, is the one that characterizes more the driving of this bike. When you want to have precisely the maximum performance and especially the maximum enjoyment, always talking about enjoyment, you can also enjoy the fact that this engine is not particularly thirsty. Now we have here on the display an average of 5 liters per 100 kilometers without paying much attention to how you open the throttle and the search at all costs for maximum mileage. You can easily get down to 3.4, 3.6, so you're doing the 27, 28 kilometers to a liter going on suburban roads at a constant speed. An engine that performs well and is by no means to be considered thirsty. The brake response in general is very good. The radial attack caliper compared to the Tiger's traditional in this case works great. Very good response, very good endurance. Even coming down mountain roads in pairs with, in short, so much weight loaded on this poor Daytona has not given signs of failure. Stretching of the lever that in any case is adjustable, so no problem. Talking about the bumps, in addition to the suspension, we think the standard Michelin filter them because the carcass is quite soft, which we like precisely in everyday use. When you go to push slightly instead, perhaps a more sustained carcass would have liked us. However, we are really looking for the needle in the haystack. It's a bike really complete for those who have in their sights, for those who want to own a motorcycle with non-extreme sports characteristics, with a very, very particular personal engine. 3 cylinders are always something exciting when well tuned, as in this case. A well-finished bike, really well made, as indeed the whole Triumph range. In short, promoted this Daytona 660 as we had anticipated a great bike. Also, to me sincerely, since I have enjoyed it for quite some time, I must say that I liked it. I will have to return it, but I will be really sorry. An easy to use bike with compact dimensions, very pleasant. This bike with low weight, agile enough but fun. Fun with an engine that really manages to meet any kind of need. Now the time has come to say goodbye. If you have not yet done so, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on social, Instagram and Facebook. And if you want a technical insight, come and read our article on moto.it. After that, you can also take a tour of the dealers on our site, precisely to see where you can find your Triumph Daytona 660 at the best price, and also take a look at maybe the used part. With that, I salute you and take care. Always take care of your clothing, safety first. And speaking of safety, I urge you to use, indeed, I recommend you to use the airbag over or under the suit, the jacket. In short, the important thing is to wear it. Ciao.